baby! That's what I'm talking about! That's what it's all about! This is what I've been waiting for! Woo! Let's go! Elliotte Friedman dropped a bomb on us just a few minutes ago. The Vancouver Canucks will be acquiring Vitali Kravtsov from the New York Rangers. Now, we don't know. At the time of recording this audio, at this moment, it's 12:03:23 p.m. We don't know what the rest of the deal is looking like, but for now, all we do know, according to Friedman, is that, hey, Vitali Kravtsov's a Vancouver Canuck. And I'm going to be honest right here, I kind of like this a lot. Is this somewhat of a precursor to a Vancouver Canucks, New York Rangers, Chicago Blackhawks three-team trade wherein the Canucks are retaining salary for Kane? Now, before we expand on the details, because I am waiting for Friedman to go out there and tweet everything out. I could have just waited to make this video, but you know what? I wanted to get my immediate reaction. The Canucks do play the Bruins later today at 4 p.m. PST. It's at home for some reason because they're catering to the Boston audience with that 7 p.m. Eastern start. But unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to watch this game, and it's because I guess I'll use this video as an opportunity to say that I'm going on a date today, and yeah, I'm nervous. I'm really nervous, but we'll get through this video. I'll have to be on my way. I won't be able to watch the Canucks game. Hopefully it's for a very good reason. However, let's go back to Elliotte Friedman, see if he's said anything, refresh the Twitter page. Come on, Friedge! Okay, Friedman tweet, he says, no, it's not for Nils Höglander, I don't believe. Money is being moved to give the New York Rangers space. Now, Vitali Kravtsov is not the most expensive guy in the world. He's making $875,000. Until the end of this season, he is an expiring RFA. But he's a 23-year-old, 6'3", 194 left-handed right-wing player that has been very talented the past little while. It's just with the Rangers and their acquisitions, with Vladimir Tarasenko, with Jimmy Vesey out there, Vitali Kravtsov has been the unfortunate odd man out this entire time. We've made a ton of videos about how he is talented, how he can be a potential top 6 scorer, how this is a player that really does belong, quote-unquote, in the middle to top 6 of a capable scoring NHL team. But because the Rangers have had so much success with having him away from their lineup and having a different top 6, he's been really worked out of that position and not given any opportunities to shine. Heading over to Vancouver, this is a team that is really looking to expand on youth, younger players, and whatever talent they could get their hands on that facilitates a longer-term sort of vision. And Vitali Kravtsov, at 23 years old, fits that bill. He was taken just a few picks after Quinn Hughes, 9th overall in the 2018 draft. And he has always been a pretty alright player when it comes to his KHL production, especially last season. He had 13 points in 19 Tractor Chelyabinsk games, 6 goals, 7 assists, and was at half a goal a game in the playoffs. He had 10 points in 15 games in that run. This season, though, with the regular New York Rangers, they only had 6 points in 28 games played, and a lot of that is due to circumstance, how he was placed in the bottom 6, at the bottom of the lineup, how he was scratched here and there. Not really a detriment to his own gameplay. It's always been very strange for Kravtsov. We made a video a few years ago talking about how he had been receiving mixed signals from the New York Rangers regarding his development and how they wanted him to grow and play at the AHL level. It was very strange ever since he was drafted how Vitali Kravtsov was treated and used in the system. And oh my gosh, the Canucks just tweeted out the return. Trade alert. Vancouver receives Vitali Kravtsov and the Rangers receive Will Lockwood and a 2026 7th round pick. Oh boy, you had to wait 4 minutes to get into this video to get the trade return, but okay. You know what? My immediate assessment? I like this deal. And here's why. Will Lockwood has been an okay player for the Abbotsford Canucks and a guy who has showed himself off pretty okay here and there for the regular Vancouver Canucks. However, when it comes to the magnitude of caliber of talent that Will Lockwood has as a potential budding NHL star, not only is Lockwood older than Kravtsov, he was drafted in 2016, Kravtsov was 2018, but Lockwood has also been a really up and down sort of talent balancing between the Vancouver and Abbotsford Canucks. He'd only really been called up to Vancouver seldom, and he's only had 1 assist in the, 2 plus 13 plus 13, that's 28 games played total he has had with the Canucks, the main Canucks that is, over the past 3 seasons. Now, we know Lockwood has been a pretty alright grinder type of guy who can play a pretty physical edge, and who can just be a pretty safe bottom 6 fringe caliber roster player. But if you're taking a look at upside, you're taking a look at long-term projectability, Vitali Kravtsov is a guy who, at the end of their days, I would not be surprised if he said, hey, Vitali Kravtsov had, let's say, a 50, 55-point season as an NHL career high, whereas Will Lockwood might have only had, let's say, a 15 to 20-point career year season, if everything goes right. I mean, he's barely an NHL player right now at 24. It's not like going over to the Rangers is going to give him a better opportunity at being that. Also, the draft pick, 2026 7th-round pick. That draft is 3 years from now. Hopefully when the Vancouver Canucks are a lot more competitive, and the magnitude of that pick is not all too bad. Now, I get it. Just in the past video, I was saying, you get as many draft picks as you can. 4th round, 5th round, 6th round, whatever. As many picks as you can get, because if you hit on one of these draft picks, you get an NHL player out of any of these guys, and all of a sudden, boom, you look amazing, you're golden, you're winning. But I mean, look, if you're trading away a 2026 7th-round pick and Will Lockwood, who admittedly was not really going to become too much at the NHL level anyway, in my humble opinion, you're free to disagree in the comment section if you really want to trade away these assets and get Vitali Kravtsov, who could be a very legit middle to top 6 caliber winger on the Vancouver Canucks, that to me is a pretty good deal. Especially when you look at Brock Besser, he's probably going to be moved soon. Conor Garland may be moved soon. You have JT Miller that might get moved soon as well. Because the Vancouver Canucks are in sort of this transitory period that, oh, by the way, happy birthday to Brock Besser. Would be a pretty bad birthday gift, I think, to trade him away. Unless it was to Minnesota, now that I'm thinking about it. But either way, because the Canucks sort of have room in the next few years worth of time in their forward core top 6 winger spots, Vitali Kravtsov coming over here and actually being given an opportunity to be an NHL caliber player, that to me is great. I want to see this happen. I want to see the Canucks expand on the talent set that Vitali Kravtsov has. And, oh, here's Rick Dollywell. Canucks thought the price was high on Kravtsov a couple of days ago, but they get the deal done now. And I know there are going to be Rangers fans saying, hey, this guy was never really able to put it together when we did give him opportunities, this and that, and we made the video earlier this season saying how it was time for Kravtsov to become great and use what skills he had to solidify himself in the Rangers' top 6, but you're not going to break up the kid line. Jimmy Vesey has been playing extraordinarily well in that top 6, and you got Patrick Kane coming over too, not to mention Tarasenko, who has been there. If you are the biggest fan in the world of Vitali Kravtsov, it's been very off-putting to watch his development the past few seasons, and now, I'm not going to go out there and put words in Rick Tocchet's mouth or anything, but he's going to be used well here. Hopefully, I guess. So I gotta go. The video is already over. I have to prepare and spice myself up because I'm seeing a very lovely individual later today, and hopefully it'll be okay. Hopefully. I'm quite nervous. But, yeah, the Canucks made a trade. I'm not going to be watching the game, unfortunately. I also do have a hockey game myself later after my date, and, yeah, I'm not going to have any time to make a Canucks video about the Canucks and the Bruins, but, I'm going to say this. I hope Boston goes out there and smacks the Canucks and puts them back in their place and lowers their standings and the league's placement because I want Connor Bedard, but I also hope that, let's say, Kuzmenko goes out there and continues his dominance. The Kuzmeister, he's been pretty good. Kuzmeister and Vitali Kravtsov playing together. That sounds pretty good in my opinion, yeah? 2 Russian talents, one left-handed, one right-handed. That seems like a pretty good matchup if I do say so myself, but thoughts in the comments either way, all your opinions about the Vancouver Canucks trading for Vitali Kravtsov, for Will Lockwood, and a 2026 7th. I'll say this for New York Rangers fans in Lockwood, you are getting a pretty decent call-up option. But honestly, that's really just about it, unfortunately. But you're freeing the cap space, right? You don't have to re-sign Kravtsov to a contract next year. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.